moving on to our theories and predictions going forward.
Yeah.
Now, I had we looked into a lot of things, went back to a few episodes, and I want to comment on a couple of things. First thing being Effie. Now we discussed Effie, and you see her on the
Yeah.
screen there. Um, I still believe that secrets are going to come out about
Most
Effie.
definitely.
I believe
Courtney
that
Kemp
Effie,
confirmed that too. She
right?
said
Courtney
we
Kemp
will
said,
learn. She didn't say secrets, but she said we will learn more about Effie's backstory in season three.
in season three. So
So,
I
so
believe what's happening is I believe Effie is connected to someone that
hmm
was around in original OG power.
hmm
Now, just throwing a suggestion out there, not saying that this is the person, but something around these lines. Um, she mentioned that her brother um
yeah,
got killed in a botched robbery.
yeah,
If you go back to episode 1,
yeah.
um, and that,
Well,
it's the
yeah, it
very
was
first
episode one of
episode
the
1,
original
season 1,
Power, and
or
I
original
want to I
power.
want to definitely give shout out to my boy Prime, because he
Hmm.
actually gave me a lot of insight on that too. It was he told me about it, and I kind of agree with him what you're saying right now too. We talked about this, but if you go
Right.
back to episode one of Power, the original Power show,
Mm.
you will see, and I'm adding it as we're talking about Effie. You that's Effie. I'm sorry, not Effie. If we go back to the original show, where Ghost Tariq, I mean not Tariq, what's his name? Jamie Ghost, the real
Yeah.
Ghost. Um, there was a guy that they had. We knew the original female. You had the female and the guy, right? And
Right.
they had them hemmed up. Tommy had them hemmed up in the basement of Truth. And
Hmm.
Ghost comes in. This is actually really Ghost's opening scene. I mean, it really kind of introduces him because
Introduction
other
of
than that,
Ghost.
yeah, as you see before that, you just see him and Tasha walking into the club. They get, you could tell that he's the owner of the club. One of the bodyguards says, "Come down." He goes down there and sees Tommy, and he's pissed. He's like, "Why the hell would you bring him here?" Blah blah blah. So you had a guy there where they were robbed, right? Tommy says, our shipment got robbed, one of their warehouses or whatever, and this guy basically was involved, and he was like
Right.
to the core of it. There's a screenshot from that episode where there's Ghost right there, and
Hmm.
he got this guy. This guy's name was Miguel,
Right.
and
So he's Spanish, and,
he's
and and
Spanish, and
it has been confirmed in these episodes that Effie is at least speaks Spanish because
and sh yeah,
she has spoken Spanish in
and
these
Effie's last name in the show is
is
Morales,
Morales, so she is at least
so
part Spanish.
she's definitely part Spanish. Now, what you said earlier, you said it's been revealed before that Effie's brother. She mentioned very briefly about her brother who died in a robbery. Now,
Right.
this is not far fetched, and this is what I was talking about. Like I said, with Prime, he called up and talked about it too, our boy, and he so this is not far fetched. That's just her. It could just be two things. Either Effie doesn't have the full story, or she does have the full story and just lied a little bit, twisted it a little bit, because this wasn't a robbery. It was a robbery gone wrong
Hmm.
because they stole from Ghost and
Right.
Tommy. So Ghost is trying to, interrogate him right here after they've been torturing him, and this dude isn't budging. So you see right there where Ghost is trying to tell him, "Hey, tell me who sent you to rob me." You know, so that's
Hmm.
that's funny. He's like, they trying to find who it was. Technically, we never found out who this guy was working for
Right.
because he clearly said, "If I tell you my family is in danger," and he says, "I am not afraid to die. And Ghost says, he says right there, I'm not afraid to die. I'm not going to tell you because I don't want my
Mhm.
family to be in danger. And of course, Ghost says, I'm not afraid to kill you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then he kills him. So, to your point, what if, just what if, this gentleman here, Miguel, was related to Effie? Was he, if he was Effie's brother that she talks about that died in
Right.
a robbery?
Mhm.
Now, let's assume that for a minute, right? Going back to Effie, let's assume that. What is Effie? She just kind of popped up. She was at Choke,
Right.
and this, that, and the other. What is Effie's end game? What is going to be her secret that reveals? That might be a revealed secret. If
Mhm.
it's revealed, it will not be revealed until episode 10 or into next season because
Into next season.
Courtney Kemp has already said next season you will find out more of her backstory. But they could set it up this season. They could set up
Right.
Effie at the end, maybe, because she does talk about, as we saw, she's obviously starting to fall for Tariq now.
Yeah, and I think that's one
So,
thing. I think the whole thing at Choke. I'm sorry. I believe even though she was already at Choke, was she already at Choke? Or did she even go to? Yeah, no, she was already at Choke.
yeah,
So either if it isn't, she has a gripe with Tariq because because Tariq's father killed her brother, and the funny thing is you never found out who sent
who
him,
sent them?
and you still never found out Effie's plugs that she's been talking to
Right.
ever since season one.
Yeah.
Oh,
We don't
matter of
know
fact,
who.
not even season one of Ghost. She was in Power, right?
Yeah, she
She was
was
in
in
Power,
power.
right?
She
So
was
then,
in power.
right.
Yeah. So
So then,
we never found out her plug.
her
I
plug. Remember
agree.
when
Yeah.
she said, "I got rid of the competition." You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So we never found her plug. So now, if that isn't it, then Effie r- her comment, if you remember a couple of episodes ago, when she said it's all dried up, my plug isn't answering the phone, and then that same episode she asked about Kane.
Yeah.
The only other thing I can think of is Effie is either Mahoney was her plug or Rico was her plug,
Hmm.
and you know Kane
Or
killed Mahoney
Dante.
or what have you. I mean
Oh,
Dante could be.
could be her plug
I don't know if she would go along with that heist though.
with that heist if
Yeah,
that
so
was
I
her
don't.
plug.
So
Yeah.
so to me, when she went along with that, if she would have found a way to get out of it, then I would say, oh, I don't think she would have went along with that heist.
Yeah.
You know, if if Dante was her plug. So I think when she went along with it, I pretty much cut that out. But I think that either Mahoney or if the situation is not what we're saying, if she is not connected to somebody, and Pat Pound, y'all can let us know in the comments if you
Yeah.
think there's someone else she might be connected to that we might
Yeah.
have been missing. But um, I'm thinking if she is connected to someone more recent, it's either Rico or the Mahonies
Yeah.
because Effie is plug is somebody. It's gonna come out that her plug is somebody. But I really think as though what's throwing a monkey wrench in it is that she is now have fallen for Tariq. If you looked in her eyes
Yeah.
tonight,
Hmm.
you can tell right there she is fallen for Tariq,
Yeah.
and she didn't want to. She tried her best not to fall for him, but she's
Hmm.
fallen from. She had that. She came to him, and she had that hair down and
Hmm.
usually that all that tough girl braids and stuff like that she usually had. She had her hair down to pretty much. That's a sin when if you go and look at women when they let their hair down when they come, that's
Yeah.
pretty much means they're loosening up. To
Yeah.
they're opening up to
And
you, so
and
she
and
feels
not
comfortable
just
with
that,
him
the
now.
look that she gave him. she gave
That when she
him
moved
that
close to him.
when she got close to him and gave him that look, and I think I have a screenshot here. I'll show it. This look right here. She's with him at this
Yeah.
point. If
She
there
she
was any plan that was before that, throw it out the window
yeah, that
because
plan's done.
Effie is with Tariq at
Tariq
this
now.
point.
Yeah, that's
She
who's
yeah
and that's what's gonna go into our other prediction. It's gonna be some sort, and that is speaking of women in his life,
mhm,
Diana.
yeah
Now, I believe Diana. Um, if you notice to with Tariq when he was with Lauren, when he was with Effie,
yep
they always showed um him taking out a condom
yeah
or one of them handing him a
in
condom.
a condom right
And with Diana, you did not see the condom. Now you can explain the scene tonight, the condom, about what that is, but that's
mhm,
something I was looking for. I said I want to show if Courtney in Power shows in this scene him and Diana using a condom. They did not. And
yeah
I
they didn't
believe,
show it
yeah,
and
I
they did
believe
not
now that Effie is with Tariq, she's now fallen for Tariq. Remember, I believe she had started or believed that she was falling for him when she was trying to warn Diana because
mhm,
she feels as though Diana is more of a threat than Lauren.
yeah
From hanging with Diana, that's why she's trying her best to push Diana away
mhm,
from Tariq. I believe when she finds out that if Diana slept with Tariq, she's gonna be upset because she's now in her feelings, and she's gonna say, "I told you not to be with Tariq or what have you." And I believe going forward, but Diana is going to get pregnant.
yeah
That's my big thing. I believe Diana is going to get pregnant, and they'll probably reveal it week 10,
yeah
finale. I
yeah
believe that condom thing. I don't believe they used a condom, and I think she's
yeah
going to get pregnant. That's
yeah
my take
I
on it.
I
A-
think
And
I
I know
agree with
people are going
you.
to say, "Oh, but they showed the condoms this week," but you
No,
can
they
pretty much
didn't
explain
show.
to them
Yeah,
what that is.
they didn't show per se. Yeah, they showed that she had condoms in her drawer. But writing in storytelling 101, that's called a red herring. If you don't, you can look up the phrase red herring. A red herring is something that is thrown into a story to purposely throw you off the trail, right? So, and this is that's it's done in many stories. So
Hmm.
I believe that right there is just a red herring that they threw in to have throw people off the trail to not expect that this girl may end up pregnant. I believe now she's walking around with the condoms because she knows she plans on having more sex with Tariq. But that time he definitely wasn't expecting her to come there and have sex with him. So
Right,
whether he had a condom or not, we don't know. And she never pulled out a condom. And they make it a point to do that
to
when
show that.
these young kids, when the
Yep,
younger adults have sex, or even when the older ones do, they make it a point to try to show that they're having because that's all part of the whole thing, right? Promote safe sex, right? So they
yep,
like to show that. They didn't show that here, and they had every opportunity to do it. She could have right even this scene right here that you're looking at. She could have very easily just pulled a condom out and
yep,
showed him, and just to let him know because he's saying, "You sure you want to do this?" She should have pulled the condom out and said yes. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
So they didn't. So therefore, it's safe to assume, in my opinion and your opinion, that they did not use a condom.
yep.
And she's going to turn up pregnant. I agree with you there. That's gonna complicate things even more.
Because he said, "Do
Yep,
not." Monet cannot find
and
out.
not find out. She
Now,
can
now
Monet
it
can
probably
find.
may not matter now because her and Monet
Yeah,
are on the oust. So, but
yeah,
I believe because of the whole Effie thing,
mm,
and let's not forget Tariq. is really hung up on Lauren. Still, even
Yeah,
after all
he
of
is.
this, he's hung up on Lauren. However, he knows he could not be with Lauren if she
Yeah.
finds out the type of
She
life he's
finds
living.
out the type of person he is. She's not that one.
Yeah,
She's not the one. She's not gonna want to be with him. And plus her possibly being in danger. Nah,
right.
she's not with that. Plus
She's not gonna be with
obviously
him.
he's been lying to her anyway. So he
Yeah,
can't live that life with her unless they plan on pulling, putting him in a ghost type of situation where Ghost had to live
with
a double
Angela.
life with
Right.
Angela. He had to live that double life with Angela until Angela found out. But you have the woman
Yeah,
that
I
knows
don't want to see that again.
I hope they don't do that. Yeah, we've already played that out. And Tariq, I think, is too young and too inexperienced in that aspect to be able to pull that off.
Right.
He's a smart young man, but he's still inexperienced when it comes to women,
Yeah, and he ain't gonna
and
be able
stuff
to
like
juggle
that.
three in one. They're gonna have to
Ain't
take
no
one
way.
woman out of the equation. And
Yeah.
I believe Diana's gonna be trying to contact Tariq, and she
Mhm.
may go up there and see Effie in the room or something. I believe that's what's gonna happen. I believe she's gonna go to tell Tariq that she's pregnant and Effie's gonna be there. Or she may
Yeah.
walk in on him and Effie. And
Yep.
remember, people have been telling Diana about Tariq. Do not. There's been about three
Don't
different
trust
people
him.
saying Tariq
He's
is
not
not the
trustworthy.
guy.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
not the
he's not
guy.
the
Don't
guy for
trust
you.
him. She's gonna definitely go there. I don't believe Tariq is going to find out that she's pregnant this season at all. If that's the
Mhm.
case, I think
Right,
she's gonna find out and she's gonna go there. Maybe she'll find out next episode, or she'll find out early in the season finale. And by the time she gets to him at the end of the season finale, he's still not gonna find out. So
right,
I think that brings us to the very like last one of the last points, and that's Mecca. Here's the future of Mecca. As you see Kane back there, Mecca, we mentioned already. This dude, I believe they're gonna bring him on as one of the official baddies, quote unquote, bad guys, uh, in the show or antagonists. We're not sure where he fits in because he's a likable
right.
character. So we don't know. Like people, you look at the comments, people love Mecca. They're like,
But yeah,
he's a
they love Mecca,
likable,
even though he's a
he's
killer.
yeah, he's a likable character though, because it's like, oh man, he's just like comes into the play, and once again, he's just another person that Monet screwed over. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Didn't tell him that they had a kid. Then when he
Hmm.
came back and offered her all of that bread and all of that new life, she was gonna go with him. Then she
She
changed
said
it again at
yes,
the
and
last
then she
minute.
changed her mind on him.
Changed her mind on him. So all he is another person that Monet has screwed over in the past or whatever. So, and he still wants her. That's why he had that ring. So now,
He
yeah,
still wants her, and the whole thing that's happening with Cain. I believe he knows. I believe you think it too.
definitely.
I believe he
I
knows what
definitely,
Kane is up to.
most
And my
definitely.
prediction on that is I don't know how soon it's going to happen. I'm going to assume that they're going to take it through. They've already coming on for season three. So I believe it's going to play out through season three. If
Hmm.
you remember, Tariq made a comment when he was in jail talking to the ghost of Canaan and saying, I know I have to eventually kill Cain. He also said that to Effie, I believe. I know I gotta eventually kill Cain, but not yet. I
Yeah,
believe Mecca is going to set it up so Tariq kills Cain. See, he can't kill Cain because of Monet. I believe he's gonna set it up so Tariq kills Cain. I believe he's gonna become Tariq's distro, and I believe he's going to set it up for Tariq to kill Kane because remember, he knows that Kane planted the badge. He knows that
yeah,
Kane took uh it was his idea for Kane to get close to Braden. It was his idea for Kane to plant the badge. He knows that Kane runs around with Tariq because he knows what Tariq looks like. He knows all those things. And remember,
yeah,
Kane lied to him and said he never knew
yeah.
Tariq, so he knew
He,
Kane was lying
he
that
knew
day.
Kane was lying
That's
right
why he
there.
kept asking me.
So
He
he
said, "Are
knew
you
Kane was
sure you
and
don't
when
know
he
him?"
killed when he killed poor Chef, Chef Assassin, when he killed him, he already knew that Kane was the mole,
Yep.
because he walked towards Kane first. That's what Kane was standing there like he's gonna take it, whatever comes to him, and then out of the nowhere he kills the chef.
Right.
Now, that was a sacrifice, as we say. I believe that Mecca. I still think there's things that because he kind of came out of nowhere too. I still think that there's things to uncover about him that's going to probably come out in season 10. I believe Mecca is going to make it through maybe midway season 10. Maybe I don't know if he'll be there the whole season. If he gets killed or dies, I think it will be next season.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Did I say season 10? I meant through
Episode 10.
episode 10. Yeah, episode 10 and season 3. I believe he'll make it through season 3 and maybe halfway through, if not the whole thing. I think if he dies, he'll die in season 3 because then you can't drag it on too much. But he's definitely this man has earned his role as a recurring character. And my next season, I believe he'll be a main character, considered a main character for the season. And the question is, who does he work with? Does he? I believe Tariq will be working with him because once again, those other dudes they just wiped out their whole their whole bloodline. So he can't go to them for any distribution. So I believe Mecca is going to be the one to distribute or supply, I should say, because technically Tariq is the distributor because he's the seller, he distributes the stuff. I believe Mecca's going to be his supplier at the end of the day, but I don't know what is something else. Just like we feel about Effie, that there's something that we don't know about Effie, but I think this is something else too. So that's how I feel about going forward. Now, final predictions for season 2. I mean season 3, going it's the end of season 2, going to season 3. I do believe we will see at least one more main character death, and I believe that death will be Zeke. I'm not sure how or where because the last episode is called Love and War, right? And there's going to be Zeke dying is going to be a lot of tension because it's going to turn up the tension. Now you're going to get Dante. He may go on a rampage. The only reason why I don't see Zeke dying, if he wasn't going to die, is because him dying will turn this man into a raging. He's gonna turn into the Hulk. You know what I'm saying? And he killing everybody. I think if Zeke ends up getting killed, and it's a son that he never knew, never got a chance to
Right.
know, this man will lose it. And I think that's when he will turn into
That's when the
that.
rage is gonna
Yeah,
come,
the
and then
rage gonna come
everyone
out.
that loved the
Mhm.
popularity of him, he may not be such a lovable
Yeah,
character.
at
But
that point.
of course, we're gonna start doing our power hour, our power break.
Yeah,
We'll have more. We're gonna say we have a whole lot more, but we're going to end this episode with those two things. The Carrie Milgram, rest in peace. But I'm not really upset that Carrie went. Carrie, caused a lot of issues, a lot of problems unnecessarily. When if she just would have mind the business, she'd probably still be here. But she was trying to cover for herself. She got Lauren into unnecessary problems,
yeah,
and
I agree.
that's one thing. And I'll tell you one thing: if I'm Lauren, I'm sorry, I gotta cut off those friends.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I mean, because they put the drugs in your room, and
yep,
and all of this now is happening now because of that. Professor Milgram is dead. You
yeah.
have to cut those friends off.
At the very least.
Yep.
I think if I'm Lauren, I'm getting the hell out of Nashville.
Right,
I'm moving
Stanfield,
on.
and
I'm moving
the
on.
final prediction is, I believe that Simon Stern is
Yep,
going to say none of this stuff did not start happening. This school is an Ivy League school in a prestige area. We've never had any issues like this. until Tariq St. Patrick. Now
Yep.
Jabari Reynolds is gone. They found a student. They found an outsider dead on campus. Professor Milgram is gone. I mean,
Yeah.
this
So it's
all of
gonna
this
be
stuff started when
yeah,
once Tariq came,
one
and
common denominator
when he's the one common denominator. So
is
I
him.
believe
So
he's
I
going
believe
to
he'll get
expel
thrown out.
Tariq, and that's why
Yeah.
Tariq's going to have to continue selling drugs because I don't think
Yeah.
he's going to get that money.
He's not going to be able to
And
get the money up. Yeah.
real quick, uh, the Yaz thing. A lot of people mention Yaz.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we'll hold off on that
Mhm.
until next time. But
Yeah.
we also have a theory about Yaz.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
Make
about
sure
this
you guys
adoption.
make sure you guys put in the comments what do you think about going forward what's going to happen with these characters. Do you think, like you put your theories and
Yeah, put your theories in
put your
comments
theories in the
in.
comments because as we do these shows week by week, because like I said, we mentioned we're going to be doing we're going to be covering all of the Power universe with Power Hour, and sometimes we won't even do it linear, meaning like in order. We may jump
Right.
and talk about Raising Canaan and bring up some points, or maybe compare all three shows, or all once Force starts up, maybe compare all
All
three
four
shows
shows. Yeah.
or all four shows with Force. Then Power, Book Two, Raising Canaan, and Force. But yeah, as you put comments in and theories, we'll read them, when we do
Right.
our
We'll
next
have some
show.
polls. We'll have some
Yeah,
verses,
do some oh yeah, we'll
some
do some
character
verses.
verses.
And we actually do have a power game that we made up that's coming out. And you
Yep.
check for that video. That'll be up soon, and
Right.
then where we can be a real interactive situation. Should be fun talking about the world of power. And we do what we do. We know we know people. We got our little connections. Maybe we'll even get some exclusive interviews. I'm not
Right.
promising who, but we'll get
Right.
some
We'll get some
exclusive
power
interviews
people on.
from some of the universe of power because now it's expanded so wide now. It's right now is the perfect time to be reaching out to Raising Canaan
Right. We can raise in
characters,
Kanan characters, some
actors,
original OG power
OG
characters.
power
So
actors, yeah. So
it's
don't
gonna
forget
for
here on
everybody
like
that's fans of
on
power, it's gonna be good
yeah, this
stuff.
is gonna be. Don't forget. Speaking of that, I'll probably tag the link in the description or something. There is you could check out a while ago my show Real Talk. We did do you were
Every
my
Monday
guest,
night.
having you as my guest host. We did interview um Leslie, what was her name? Leslie Lopez, I think her name is.
Yeah.
And she played in the original Power. She played the character of Pink Sneakers, which was, if you are an OG Power fan, you know exactly who that is. She was until Kanan came on the show, she was pretty much the excitement. She did
Right.
all of the killing because it turns out that she was working directly for Kanan. So don't forget to check that out with our show. We did a nice little video on that.
Yep.
So there
Well,
we go.
hope y'all enjoyed it. Make sure you leave your comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, of course. And just be on the lookout for the next video. Thank everybody for subscribing and that supported the IE network. And we got a lot more things coming.
All right. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.